First Lawrence Bank invites you to experience banking at its best. Whether you have personal or business needs, we're a full-service bank big enough to handle all of your banking needs and small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank like First Lawrence Bank. Looking forward to your future. That's First Lawrence Bank in Dublin and Dexter. Member FDIC.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, out to West Lawrence High School. We're here at the Baseball Diamond with head coach Brian Brown. And Brian Brown, it's been baseball season for a few weeks.
Yes, sir. It has.
It's a great time of year, isn't it?
Man, I love it. I mean, it's just, we've been blessed with some, good weather so far. I know we've had a little cold snap this, last couple of weeks, but
and in the evening, great. When that cool weather blows in, you think about that, and you think about how much you have to warm up a young man. And again, when you get to a high school level, this
That's
day
right.
and time, these kids have been playing ball since they were young. They know how to warm up. They know how to make sure that there's no injury there from cold. But
right.
It is a consideration sometimes, when it turns off cold in the evening, especially
right.
with the fans.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
It's cold in the stands. So,
That's right.
You want to stay alive, you want to play well, and, you want to be in the running on each and every game. But,
absolutely.
You line up a season coach like most coaches here at West Lawrence now. You want tough competition. You want your team to know what good ball looks like.
Absolutely. You want to put your guys in every challenge that you could possibly get into, with the season. You want to play good teams. That if you have any weaknesses, I wouldn't say weaknesses, but things you need to work on.
Yeah, that's a
you
weakness.
want those exposed.
At the beginning of the season,
that's
Coach,
right.
Isn't it?
Yeah, because we're gearing up for that region. So,
Yeah, and what a great past few years when it comes to region for West Lawrence baseball. What a great program it is because of your feeder program, because of what goes on in rec ball and Dudley Little League.
That's right.
What goes on at the middle school and what goes on with travel ball throughout, and the people who feed into these young men. If you have that talent, or if you have that desire, it needs to be nurtured. And people say, well, gosh, man, they have 70 kids go out for middle school. Good, more power to you.
That's fantastic.
Let it be 75 or 80. The more talent, the more young men that are coming forward and want to play the sport, the better the team, the better the area is going to be. But, here we are, Coach. We, 8 games in? How far?
10 games.
10 games in because we're 6-4, right?
That's right, 6-4.
My math's pretty good. And so, you look across it and then you start to say, okay, let's look at who we played. Let's look at how it worked out. And everybody wants to talk about Jones County. Oh, man, we beat Jones County to start out.
That's right.
A tough, close game.
It was. I think we beat them 3-2 here to start the season. And, it was a tough ball game. I mean, they had good pitching. We did too. Yeah. Timely hits, on our part. Great defensive plays. It was kind of a playoff atmosphere, in the early February. I mean, it was just fantastic.
Start.
Yeah,
what a way to start.
I mean, I'll tell you what, our support. I mean, I know you hit on that, but man, we've got fantastic parents. We've got fantastic businesses here in town that just love Raider baseball, and we couldn't do it without them. And our kids know that. And it just it's awesome when they come out here to play, and you see the stands filled up, and you see people in the blue seats behind. You see scouts out here, college and pro, coming out here and looking at our kids. I mean, it's exciting. I mean, I'm excited for them.
Yeah, and a good player excels in that arena. Good players who played the sport for years, they rise to the occasion.
That's right.
The lights, the atmosphere never deters a good player, and that's what you have out here. You have pretty well seasoned players, even at a freshman level, Coach.
Yes, sir.
You have some good players. But let's work on through that first part. Because in 10 games, you won 6. You lost 4. Let's talk about the wins and losses so far.
The wins, we're just blessed. I mean, we've had some tremendous performances on the mound, pitching wise. Our staff, I was doing the stats before I come up here.
Yeah.
So far our pitching staff, we've struck out 95 batters, walked 32, and hit 10 batters. You want at least a 2-to-1 ratio we're almost 3-1, from strikeout to walks.
Yeah.
You know, that's just phenomenal. Opponents are batting a 192 against us. We've only given up, 31 runs, in 10 games. That's, you're averaging giving up 3 runs a game.
Yeah.
In high school baseball, if you can hold, teams to that, and you scratch a few runs, manufacture a few runs here and there, you're going to win some ball games.
Right.
And we've been blessed.
Yeah, you can keep them from hitting, and no doubt pitching is so very important. But coming through, there are games that you excel at because it's early in the season.
That's
Coach,
right.
And you expect that. You expect to have that game. You kind of want to get that game out of the way.
That's right. That's right. Playing teams, we got 4 losses. We lost to Jones County. We lost to Gainesville High School. We lost to a very good Dodge County team, and Calvary Day. Calvary Day's ranked in the top 5.
Yeah, people want to talk about being a small school in Savannah. Hey, man, you got to look up Calvary Day and check them out if you don't know about them, right?
Yes, sir.
You better read up on them because they're legit.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about playing those teams is, like I said, you want things exposed when we don't do things right. When we miss a spot, pitching wise, when we don't make a routine play, you don't want it to necessarily hurt you, but we want those things, we want those guys to know, look, if I don't make the play, this team's going to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And that's been good to see so far. Our guys work hard. We don't have to get on to them, when they make a mistake.
They know.
I mean, they love this game so much.
Yeah.
It's more of us, FIDO. We teach our guys FIDO, F-I-D-O. Forget it and drive on. Forget it and drive on. That's this game, to be successful, you got to constantly make adjustments. Constantly. You got to study. You got to do this. You got to prepare for your games just like you do in the classroom. I mean, you stand over here and you got to know what that pitcher's throwing up there. Is he throwing a 2-seamer that runs, a 4-seamer that gets a little elevated once in a while? Is he throwing a curveball? Is he throwing a hard slider? Is he throwing a sinker? These are things that our guys are having to watch and pay attention to. Is he throwing first pitch strike? Is it a fastball? Is it a curveball? How's he?
What's his habits?
What's his habits? And I'll do things too with our guys, because we do scout reports on other teams.
Sure.
I'll do scout reports on our players.
Awesome.
And I tell them, and I say, this is what you need to work on.
Yeah.
And when these other teams see that, well, how do you think they're going to attack you?
That's right. If you telegraphing something, they're going
That's
to look
right.
for it.
Now, when they make a mistake, I want you to hurt it. I want you to make them pay for it.
Yeah.
Because whenever we make mistakes, they make us pay for it.
Right.
So you just got to play the game. It don't matter who's over in that dugout. If we pitch, hit, play defense better than that team over there, we're gonna win. And if we don't excel in those areas, if they excel better than us, you're gonna lose. So I just love this game. I love these kids, man. Like I said before, I've got fantastic parents, but I got to give credit where credit's due now. I've got some fantastic assistant coaches. Jody Pollock is phenomenal. I mean, his knowledge of the game, he and I grew up together playing ball, so a lot of times I don't have to tell him or talk to him about things because he's thinking the same thing. Sure. We got 2 new coaches this year. Zach Mullis, he's a community coach. Played for Pollock. When he was at Dublin. Fantastic knowledge. I mean, played college ball. I mean, just things that he brings. Young mind.
Right.
Just
energy.
Scott White, he's a new guy that he's hired here at West Lawrence. I mean, he's a good dude too, man. I mean, he just loves the kids. Just really being positive with them, lifting them up. I mean, we got a good thing going here.
Yeah.
And
Coach, people don't understand. A lot of times they think, well, what are they doing with those coaches? Why do they have? You need that.
Yes.
When you got talent, when you have talent, even if you don't, and you're working with kids who need to develop.
That's right.
But you need that hands-on. You need more men working with them, so you can work specifically with the outfield. So you can work specifically with whatever the case may be.
That's
with
right.
Hitting, with batting. It takes 4 or 5 men to run a baseball team.
It does. I mean,
sometimes more, right?
A lot of times, baseball's it's a slow game. I get it. I mean, but there's so much stuff going on in between pitches, that people just don't realize. And that's the great thing about Coach Pollock, is he sees what our guys are doing at the plate, and he works with our infielders. You know, if a guy's late on the pitches, you know, we'll shift our defense to an oppo position. You know,
Sure.
you know, and then Coach Mullis, he calls pitches. You know, and he's so good about, you know, watching. You know, what are we starting guys with? You know, our catchers, they're very good at noticing if the guy's close to the plate. Is he deep in the box? Is he up in the box? You know, it's just the little things there that you have to focus on. You know, and then Coach White, you know, he's moving our outfielders. You know, and he's teaching them. You know, if our catcher sets up outside, you know, before the pitch even comes, start taking a couple of steps. You know, like left fielder, take a couple of steps towards the gap. You know, the center fielder, let's get some jumps. It's just little things, man. It's just
more eyes on the field.
It's just amazing. You know, and the guys that are sitting up here in the dugout, you know, they're paying attention. You know, they're watching what's going on. I mean, it's a good atmosphere. And when everybody's working together, it's great. You know, it's just that team camaraderie. Because I've been here. This is my 13th season. You know, and I've had a lot of talent come through here, and I give credit to the Lord above, man. I mean, he's blessed these guys with amazing talent. You know, and we tell them all the time, God's blessed you with this ability. Glorify Him with your talent. Glorify Him the way you practice, the way you play the game. I mean, just that aggressive attitude, man. It's great.
Yeah.
It's
great
awesome.
atmosphere. Hey, we're going to take a short break and come back and talk about who's on the diamond, who's starting, who's helping out, what's going on with West Lawrence Raider baseball in just a moment. So stay with us.
I'm Marcus Clements with Clements & King Insurance. Are you on Medicare or about to go on Medicare? Clements & King Insurance has all the answers to all that's available to you when you reach this age. Clements & King Insurance for all your health and life insurance needs.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here talking with head coach Brian Brown. We're talking about West Lawrence Raider baseball and this wonderful time of year, how beautiful it is to get out and look at this beautiful field. I wish my yard looked quite this good, but I'd have to cut it for it to look this good, man. You know, you'd have to do a little bit more. But hey, it is a great atmosphere. We want you to come out and enjoy a game, and we're going to talk about the schedule a little bit coming up. But right now, we want to talk about who's on the diamond this year. You have quite a few seniors. You have, as we mentioned earlier, good pitching.
That's right.
A lot to look forward to this season. But let's go around the diamond. You tell us who's on.
All right, we'll start behind the plate. We've got sophomore Brody Slaughter, and we got freshman Bradley Wilson. You know, those two guys. This is my first time since I've been here that we've got two excellent catchers, you know, in the same season. I mean, I've had plenty of good catchers, you know, in the past. I mean,
but one at a time.
But one at a time, you know, and these two guys, I mean, they work hard with each other. I mean, we're doing drills. They're constantly, you know, working with each other. You know, they're good at different things. You know, and that's the great thing about it. You know, is pitching wise, because I was a pitcher. You know, your pitching staff is only as good as your receiver. You know, if they got confidence in that guy behind the plate to throw a 0-2 slide in the dirt, he's gonna block that thing up and throw the guy out first. You know, that's huge. You know, if you got confidence as a pitcher in the guy back there behind the plate, man, that's amazing.
Immeasurable.
It's
almost immeasurable.
And that's the thing about, you know, about Brody and Bradley. You know, they work so well with different guys. You know, and it's that what we call that battery. You want to have that battery with pitcher and catcher, you know, that gives us the best combination to win ball games. You know, and it's great. I mean, you'll see Brody behind the plate, you know, catching one guy. You'll see Bradley back there catch another one. You know, both of them swing the bat very well. Good. So if they're not behind the plate, they're DHing. You know, it's great having that young a talent. Yeah. You know, as sophomore and freshman.
Speaks a lot about your program, like we were talking earlier, your feeder program.
That's right. That's right. Third base, we got Paul Kellum, who's a sophomore, doing a fantastic job. I mean, I don't want to jinx him, but I don't think he's made an error all year. You know, third. And that's a hot corner now. I mean, you got to be very athletic, and that's what Paul is. You know, he's doing a great job. Shortstop, Guy Endenberg, senior. You know, this is his third year starting at short. You know, for us. I mean, he's just phenomenal. He's
got a glove.
Got a glove, swinging the bat very well. I think he's batting .310 this year. You know, 4 doubles, 7 RBIs. Got a slugging percentage of 448, and a home base percentage of .375. I mean, he's doing a great job. Yeah. And he's got several colleges looking at him. It's just, he's a great leader. You know, he's got, and I talk to these guys, you know, think back when you were first starting this program, who helped you the most out there, you know, at position? Yeah, we coaches have a lot to do with it, but those guys that were here before you, that you worked with, they got to tell you a lot of details in and out. Yeah. So he's doing a great job, because we got a freshman, Colton Scott, that's doing an outstanding job. You know, and guys kind of taking him under the wing, you know, talking to him, showing him different things. Sure. You know, it's great. Second base, you got Brandon Bruton. He's a senior. Brandon, this is his first year starting, but man, he has done a great job out there at second. And he's a great leader. He talks to our guys. We got other second basemen. One of my sons finally up here, Keaton Brown. Yeah. And he's a freshman, and he plays second base too, you know, on JV. And
Coach, don't
Brandon's
be too
just doing.
Hard on him now. Don't be too hard on him.
Oh, I'm hard on him than I am on other kids.
I know, that's why I say that. Yeah.
But he's a great kid. He's been around this so much, man. Sure. He's just he's a great kid. But Brandon Bruton, you know, he's taking Keaton under the wing too, and helped him out a lot. Mm-hmm. First base, we got several guys over there. You got Jacob Floyd, you got Nolan Daniel. You know, both those guys spend a lot of time on the mound too. Sure. Then you got Tyler Franks, you got Wade Brantley, and even freshman Trace Woodard. You know, we moved him over there to help us out with JV wise, and it's just great. You know, we got
that much depth.
That's much depth. You know, at one position.
Yeah.
Outfield wise, starting left field, you got Bo Mullis, he's a senior, doing a great job for us too as well. You know, he's one of those guys that gets on base a lot and causes a lot of havoc. He's one of those guys that he sacrifice, he'll bump for a hit. You know, he's good about moving runners up, you know, in scoring position. Yeah. I mean, just different things. I mean, solid, you know, in the outfield. He's got college guys looking at him too, you know, in left field. Right, center field, sophomore AJ Mathis. Mm-hmm. You know, he's our quarterback on the football team. Yeah. So he knows how to direct and how to take charge, you know, because when you're in center field, man, you're seeing everything.
You got to make calls.
Yes, and those guys, they communicate very well with each other. They talk, you know, hey, move this way, come this way. You know, hey, I'm going to cut in a little bit. You play a little deeper and we'll, you know, work things out. You know, it works great. You know, you got him sitting out there in center field. Mm-hmm. We got a freshman, Logan Slaughter, fast as lightning. A great kid, great attitude. But AJ, you know, being a sophomore, but he's learned so much leadership skills through football that's carried over here, you know, from Kagan McLean. Yeah. You know, he's helping out a lot with Logan, you know, teaching him, you know, little things about, you know, getting jumps.
Sure.
Right field, we started the season, E.J. Holmes, you know, it's his second year starting in right field. Yeah. But he's injured right now. He pulled his quad, you know, against Gainesville. And but I'll tell you what, Parker Woods has stepped in, sophomore, playing lights out. You know, it's amazing. Like you said before, our depth is just unbelievable. He's done a great job, you know, with him. Other outfielders we got Sam Reiner that's also playing left field. Learning a lot from Bo. He's doing a great job, you know, working, you know, on the field. Mm-hmm. Behind Paul, we got Carson Estep, who's a freshman. Yeah. He's playing extremely well too. You know, it's just amazing what these guys are able to do. I'm just looking at the list, make sure. Yeah.
You have so much depth, it's easy to go past one.
Listen, I mean, we got Brody and you got Bradley. Yeah. And we got Grayson Clark. You know, he come to us late because he's a big time wrestler. You know, he does a phenomenal job with Coach Slaughter on the wrestling team. But, that's right. You know, Bradley and Brody, you know, taking him under the wings too. You know, back here at catching, he does a great job on our JV. I mean, it's been. Other outfielders you got Evan Carter, 9th grader, who also plays in the outfield too. You know, he's working hard. I mentioned Wade Brantley. Wade does a great job on the mound too. You know, he plays a little first base in JV, but he's one of our, you know, main guys, you know, varsity-wise pitching. He's doing an awesome job. Zach Thomas, he's another sophomore second baseman. He's injured right now with his back, but we're, you know, praying that he gets over that pretty quickly. Yeah, man. Matthew O'Neill, he's a lefty pitcher, plays a little outfield on JV. Man, he's doing an awesome job. I mean, his strikes to ball ratio in JV games is phenomenal. I mean, it's just, our JV team's 9-1. I mean, they're just doing outstanding. We've had a couple guys move in, this year from Jeff Davis. We got Ivy and Josh Phillips. Ivy's a junior, Josh is a 9th grader. And these guys, man, our family has accepted them, into our family, and they just fit right in. Both of them very athletic, very fast. Ivy does a lot of courtesy running, for varsity. When our catchers and pitchers get on base, we put Ivy in there. Ivy's, and man, he's fast. He really is. And he's accepted that role and really took off with it. Josh, his younger brother, is 9th grader, plays some outfield too. And he's really come around at the plate. I mean, he's hitting the ball very well on JV, and he's another one, man. He gets a single, that's going to be a double. You give him about 2 pitches, he's going to steal second. And if that pitcher ain't paying attention to him, he'll swat third. Wow. It's just great to see these guys. That's right. They got a younger brother, Colvin Phillips. He's in 7th grade. Yeah. And he's built just like him.
All right.
Gavin White. Gavin White is a 9th grader. Outstanding arm pitching wise. He pitches for us on JV, and he's really learned how to pitch. Getting ahead of hitters. When you get up here, you better have a couple pitches that you can throw for strikes.
Yeah.
Jalen Baker, junior. Jalen plays a little third too, but man, his strength's at the plate, and he can swing it. He's a big guy. He's swing. He's out center on the football team.
Right.
But man, he can stroke it, man. When he gets a hold of it, he's got some power. Jared Stewart, he's another 9th grader. Right now he's battling some arm issues. So hopefully we'll have him back, next year. He's rehabbing, getting ready for that. I think that's everybody on my list.
Yeah, well,
Coach. McKinley Kemp.
Oh,
McKinley.
Yeah.
McKinley's a junior. McKinley's had some injuries from football. We didn't have him all last year because he had some shoulder issues. Well, this year, last couple games of football, he tore his meniscus. So he's trying to battle back. But these guys that are injured, they're disappointed that they can't be out here with us, playing and this and that. But their involvement over here in the dugout is just incredible. Their leadership. They're not actually playing right now, but they're focused. They're watching what's going on. They're learning a lot. That way, when they come back from injury, they'll jump right in there. And it's going to be I'm just excited, man, about our 10th graders. Our 9th graders, 10th graders, 11th graders, and seniors. I couldn't ask for a better group. Their leadership is just phenomenal.
The Leprechauns are back at Farmers Home Furniture in the Dublin Mall.
And they are saving you money.
Sugar, I can't pay your interest for a whole year. Why? 12-month no interest it is.
No, I can't reduce this. It's already half price. Open an account and receive 10% off, even if it's on sale.
I can't sell you this queen size pillow for $39. $39 work for me, little leprechaun.
There's no way I can give you that blower free.
This dinette set is awesome, but I can't give you the bench for free. Oh, wait, I can do that all month.
Leprechaun, we can't get any leather from Italy. Wow, Italian leather has arrived, and it won't peel.
Farmers Home Furniture, employee-owned and employee-operated. Come to Farmers.
Yeah, with the way that everybody feeds into the program in the community, you expect that, and then athletes feeding into athletic people, and like you say, the young men who transferred in, you love to see more talent. You love to see more competition. A real player wants competition. They want somebody to try to take their spot. They want that because it's going to pay off. And when you talk about these different positions on kids, Coach, a player, wherever you have them now as a freshman, and I'm just pointing out, they'll find somewhere to play on the field.
Absolutely.
If they're a player, they're going to find a position, and you're going to need them in a position.
And one thing I want to stress to these younger kids, just playing Dudley Little League, just playing rec ball, don't get locked in on one position.
All right.
You know, be a what we call a utility player, where you can play middle infield, you can play outfield, you can pitch a little bit, you can catch a little bit. Because from year to year, I mean, it's just whatever our need is, you know, to put us in the best situation for that season. That's what we'll do, and that's what we tell our kids. You know, just I mean, I'll take Jared O'Neal that played for me. Phenomenal player.
Right.
I mean, he was my starting shortstop 9th, 10th, and 11th. Well, then you had Guy Anderberg when Jared was a senior and Guy was a sophomore. Well, both of them can play. Well, I had a great third baseman that graduated. And I told Jared O'Neal, I said, look, man, you're very athletic. You react to things very well. I need you to play third. And Guy play short. Because they both can swing. And said, we got to have both their bats in the lineup.
Yeah.
You know, Jared O'Neal said, okay, coach. He made first team all-region as a third baseman. Made first team all-region as a shortstop the year before.
Yeah.
But then he moved to third. You know, and it was just amazing how they just took that and just ran with it.
But it's through the years, Coach, that you don't say, I play second. That's where I play. Coach won't let me play second. You know, and then you can't feed into that. Parents can't. You know,
That's
Coach
right.
can't, because you got to be versatile, like you say, utility. So look for these young players out in the community as they're playing rec ball, they're playing Dudley Little League, as they're playing in these tournaments. Get out and enjoy some baseball this year. Come out to West Lawrence. We got a good week coming up, Coach. Just wrapping it up. We got Blakely on Monday.
We got our JV goes to Blakely County today. Then Monday, you want to come out here. Monday we got veterans coming in, and you know, it's an old region rivalry. You know, when they moved up to 5A, but we still play, you know, non-region games with them.
Yeah.
And it's very competitive.
Yeah.
JV games going to start at 4. Varsity games going to start at 6. You know, we got our #1 pitcher Nolan Daniel on the mound.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting. It's going to be
see.
packed. There's going to be a lot of folks here. But that's what I love about it is, you know, Nolan, you know, he's stepping up to another level pitching wise. I mean, his velocity's gotten up there pretty good, and it's being noticed.
Yeah.
So there's going to be several, you know, college and pro scouts here. I know he's committed to Tallahassee Community College, but you know, who knows what the Lord is going to do with him?
Yeah.
You know, these guys coming. That's all part of God's plan. You just don't know who's going to see you pitch, and you know what they going to do from there. You know. And I told these other guys, take advantage of that. They're not here just to see Nolan. They're not coming out here with binoculars and just looking at him. You know, do something to catch their eye. You know, you go up there and you stroke one here and hit one there, make a good defensive play, this and that. They'll be like, oh, after the game, coach, who's that guy?
Yep.
You know, it's just, and they may not, and that's one thing about these pro scouts. They may not be, you may not be where they want to draft you right now, but they have contacts with a lot of these other college coaches.
That's right.
You know, and when those guys when those pro scouts call college coaches, it carries a lot of weight. You know, hey, you might want to come get this kid.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna keep him on our radar. You know, and after he plays for you for 2 or 4 years, we'll see where he's at. You know, he may improve his skills, and you know, who knows? Make some money playing ball one day. So.
Yeah, Coach, you got a few hanging on the wall out here, and there'll be a few more for us all over. We appreciate the progress report, Coach.
Thank you, man.
We'll be back to catch the next round and see how we do in the coming weeks and months ahead. A lot of good baseball ahead. So we appreciate you joining us right here out at West Lawrence High School, and thank you for your time, Coach.
Thank you,
Brown.
Raider Nation, and thank you for your support.